What is up?
Hey girl, how you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Just getting into this whole winter thing.
I know. Happy winter solstice.
Yes, I love it. Every bit of it. This is my season.
Do you really like it?
I do. I love it. Every bit of it.
What's your favorite part of it?
My favorite part is being able to hibernate. It's the only time of year that you don't have to feel pressured to be outside running around doing a whole lot of things. You can just sit in your house and you can have all your guilty pleasures without, feeling non-productive.
That is true.
Or unproductive, rather. Yeah.
My favorite part of it, if I had to choose a favorite part, is soups. You know, we're gonna go with the food.
Oh,
Hearty soups, hot cocoa, hot tea. Fluffy blankets.
definitely fluffy blankets. Fluffy, I can't even get it out. Fluffy blankets and onesies for me. And hot baths. I don't need the cocoa in the soup, but I just need some really good movies, especially right now. I like to binge on all the Christmas love stories. I like the little fairy tales. And my blanket is my safe place.
All that comfort stuff. Those are my comforts. So what about the season? What comes along with this season? The cuffing part.
You know what's funny about this? I was thinking about this a little earlier. My season for cuffing is not the winter time. And I know that's weird to a lot of people, right? Because that's when you feel like you want to get all warm and cozy and you want to be all cuddly. But for me, like, this is my time to hibernate and recharge and rejuvenate and, plan. I feel like I do more goal planning when it's cold. But I feel like this is the cuffing for me is more into myself. I'm more into cuffing myself in the winter. And then in the summertime is when I like to be cuffed. Just because then I want to have somebody there to go, do things with, go to water parks, museums, go to the beach, take trips, but not so much in the winter. I think something's wrong with me. I'm a little weird.
Now, I wouldn't say something's wrong. To each his own. Oh, by the way, I'm Amina. We didn't do our introductions.
We did not. And I'm your girl, Sha. What's up?
And we are 302, the Den 302.
Den 302.
Right. And so
welcome to our podcast.
Welcome. And so we've been providing articles for Muzilog-Woman, and we wanted to jump on today and just do a quick talk about cuffing season. And you can find that article on Muzilog-Woman.com.
Again, it's Muzilog-Woman.com, the Den 302.
And you can find us also on Instagram. You can shoot us an email. All of our contact information is within the articles on Muzilog.com. Muzilog-Woman, that is, .com.
And you can also catch us on YouTube.
Hey,
let's get it started.
Okay, so back to this talk about cuffing season, because I totally feel you on that. And I don't know if it's because of being in a different generation, or I should say a different age, that I totally agree on that. Like, oh, okay, I like this time to be with myself, being warm, having cozy blankets, all of the comfort stuff, right? But in another time of life, it was that feeling of, oh, it's cold outside and where's my person? I want to be hugged up. I want to spoon with somebody. I want to have candlelight dinners and, all that stuff. So do you think this has anything to do with age?
That's a good question. I hate judging things by age, right? I want to use the word maturity, because age doesn't necessarily bring you here. It's kind of like an emotional maturity, right? I think that once you get to the point where you are no longer no longer looking or needing self-validation from somebody else, like when you're comfortable with yourself and you can entertain yourself and you're happy with yourself, it makes it easier to get through cuffing season, right? Because then, the one thing that happens in the wintertime, it gets dark early, right? We spend more time in bed than usual. And usually it gives us a whole lot of time to like self-reflect, right? But if you don't like the reflection that you see, then maybe you might be more prone to want a person to cuff with versus a person who's like, you know what, I'm liking this. This is pretty peaceful. So I don't necessarily know that it's like a age thing. It's because we got older. I think my needs have just changed.
That I like that. That is so true. Right, because when that need was there, or that feeling or that urge, yeah, I was younger and probably more insecure and feeling like something's missing, I'm not enough, all
Right.
those things. Like I need something extra to make me feel a little complete. Yeah.
It's kind of almost like when you couldn't, when we were younger in our 20s, and even like, our teens, the late teens, you couldn't even stand the thought of a Friday coming and you didn't have plans, right? By Monday, you need to know what you're doing. Friday, Saturday, you have to be on go. And when you couldn't go outside, when you had to stay home, you were miserable. It was like the worst thing that could ever happen. It's Friday. I'm sitting here by myself. I'm so bored. I think it just kind of changes, and then you get a little bit more mature, and you realize that I can entertain myself. I can find a nice movie to watch. Let me cook my favorite meal. Let me put on, do a facial mask or take a hot bath, stuff like that. And those things become fulfilling,
Yeah.
opposed to always wanting to be out and feeling like you're missing something. So I think it is. I think your needs just change. I don't know. I don't mind having somebody in the wintertime, but I feel like in the wintertime you're more likely to spend more time with the person. And that wears me out a little bit, because I do still want my space, and I want to go through my self-reflection, and I want to I just like this is my recharge period. I feel like my battery is on E all the time, and then the winter coming, I finally get to plug into the wall, and so I don't want to share my charge. No.
Yeah, those are good points.
But I don't know.
I could enjoy a nice cough here and there.
I know you could. I was gonna say, but you like the cuffing. You definitely like the cuffing.
I do enjoy it. I do. And around this time when we wrote that article, that was more at the forefront. Like, okay, besides the holidays, what else is going on? And matter of fact, shout out to the folks who were out there trying to cuff. Trying to cuff, or as a friend of mine puts it, trying to catch.
Right. Trying to catch, trying to cuff.
There's nothing wrong with it, right? There's nothing wrong with it. But, like Shad says, it is good to maybe analyze what is missing in yourself that you're trying to replace with the external person of bringing someone in.
Yeah, I think. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, because I don't want anyone to think that I think that cuffing season is not a good thing. I think it's a great thing, especially if it works for you, right? I think what I want to normalize is that people not feeling feeling insufficient when they don't have someone, though. You know what I mean? So whenever you're in a place where you're in a place of want and not need, right? And then you have something like cuffing season, and that's great. It's a great compliment. But if we're using the cuffing season to replace
That part.
or or try to fill a space inside of us that we can't seem to fill ourselves, then I think you should probably reevaluate why you're in cuffing season to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Now, for folks who are enjoying the cuffing season, make sure you're being safe out there, okay? All right, because there is some joy to be had. Yes, you should enjoy what you're doing, and but be safe. And what else?
Yeah, don't just pull any random stranger off the street, right? Because it's cuffing season, bring them to your home, get robbed, have these people around your children. Like, let's make sure that we're moving with good intentions and not so much desperation. Just
Yeah.
desperate for it. But like, what's your favorite part of cuffing season? Like, you're cuffing. What do you love about cuffing right now?
Okay. What do I love about it right now? The warm body. So I like spooning.
You want to be you're the big spoon or the little spoon?
Well, I like to be the little spoon. Ironically, I don't want to say it's weird, but my partner likes to be the little spoon.
Oh no, that's so funny. Ladies, what do you think about this? Is your man the large spoon or the small spoon? I don't know. It's cute.
I like to hear some feedback from some other folks who, or have a partner that likes to be the little spoon. I mean, I can't think of any other relationship that's happened in.
Here's the thing, though. Maybe he's just bold enough to admit it, right? Because all men want the same. They want to have the same feelings that women have. They want to be treated the same way. They want to be courted. They want to be cuddled. They want you to take them out on dates. But a lot of men are just not vocal enough to say it. So kudos to him for saying, you know what, I'm the little spoon. Damn it, that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, well, he hasn't said it, but every time it's like
you just end up in that position. But I think a lot of men, they probably wouldn't mind being the little spoon. They probably dream of it, like, I wish somebody just held on to me tonight, instead of me being the holder.
And surprisingly, I enjoy it. Okay, so there was a time back in my 20s and 30s where, I was in a marriage, all about that. Mm-hmm. And that person was older and they wanted that type of, affection.
Right.
And during that time in my life, I was unable to give that because of the conditioning of, ew, what? No. You're supposed to.
What kind of man want to be the little spoon?
Exactly.
Like men who were little spoons.
Yeah. I mean, and I wasn't a nice person around that issue or those type of topics in our relationship. So I was always expecting masculinity, mm-hmm. And and not knowing that just because they want to feel affection or loved and have hands-on compassion, that there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't make them any less masculine. Actually, more masculine because they're able to express it. And that's what we got to stop doing, making men feel like when they express their sensitive side, we always make them feel like it makes them less masculine. But really, I mean, that is definitely not the measuring tape for the masculinity. I don't know. So, like, what would you tell somebody? Because, like, I know people get a little desperate around this time, right? And I know a couple of girls that are just kind of out here feeling all sad and depressed, feeling like oh, it's cuffing season. I don't have anybody, it's warm. Like it's Christmas is coming. We got Thanksgiving. We have all these holidays. I don't have anybody to kiss me when the ball drops on New Year's. And they just kind of desperately want to be with somebody right now. What would you tell a person who was kind of struggling in that way, who just felt really frustrated, like it just wasn't going to happen for them?
I would say, I mean, because we kind of laid it out here with the things that we enjoy or like about this season and not cuffing. Like plan your evenings and alone time. Even in the article, we do lay out, I think, 10 tips or something that you can do if you're going to sit it out. You're sitting out cuffing season, or it's just not happening for you. Invest in a vibrator, a really good vibrator. Okay. I mean,
make sure you get a one that charges, because it sucks if your batteries die. Make sure you get a one that charges.
I'm gonna hype up the Rose. Anybody know about the Rose? Go and get the Rose, because the Rose knows.
And guess what? We are not being sponsored by these people.
But who knows? Maybe one. Okay, yeah. So what we have to learn how to do is pleasure ourselves, and just like Sha mentioned earlier about spending time with yourself, and get a weighted blanket, and invest in some really nice pajamas or a nightgown, whatever you like to sleep in, or maybe a onesie like Sha suggested, a space heater, a heated blanket. When I first, after my divorce, when I first came out of divorce, and I was sleeping alone for the first time in like 17 years, I went out and got a heated blanket, and it was the best thing I could have ever done.
Wow, that's a great idea, actually. I never thought to do that, but I mean, I can see how that could be a little soothing.
Oh my God, it was so awesome.
Probably the best sleep you ever had, too.
Yeah. And it's addictive. Well, it was for me anyway. And it can cause you to be late for work.
Oh man, well I might not do
because
that.
you don't want to get out of bed.
I don't need help. I don't need help being late for work. I can do that just quite fine on my own. Maybe I might have to sit the blanket out.
Yeah. Travel. Take a trip to warm destinations.
That always works. And who knows? Stella might get a groove back. Hey.
Right.
Well, so where would one go to meet someone to cuff in a season like this, right? In the summertime, you get to go out to the beach, you meet people, or you might just be at the mall, or, all those outdoor events that you normally do in the summertime, spring, right? Wintertime, not so much, right? People are not as accessible. So, like, how would you suggest that if one was looking for, I'm asking for a friend, if one was looking for someone to cuff with, where should that one person go to find some potential candidates?
Well, see, this is a great season because of the holiday parties. There's somebody having a holiday gathering,
right?
Thanksgiving first. Okay, let's just scale it back to right after Labor Day. We have Halloween. Somebody's always having a masquerade party or a Halloween party, or you could be, passing candy.
But do I really want to meet somebody looking like, Cruella de Vil?
Yeah, you might just meet your Dracula.
Go ahead.
Hello.
All right, so we have Halloween parties.
Thanksgiving, sometimes we get invited over to friends' house for, dinners or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't go out looking specifically, but just staying open to social engagements. You never know who you're going to meet, who you're going to come across. And of course, then we have Christmas and New Year's, right? You're going to end up meeting someone that you connect with on some kind of level, whether you choose to cuff or not.
Well, when's the cuffing season officially over? When does it close? What's the unofficial cuffing season end date? And when does it start?
I think it starts like October.
October?
I think it starts in October, and then it officially like ends and after Valentine's. So like the end of
So before even Memorial Day. This is short-lived season.
it is supposed to be, I think, 3 months. So it's the season of winter.
Oh, so literally the winter season.
Well, actually,
maybe fall is when you're taking your candidates. Maybe fall is when you're out here, you're like, okay, who's going to make the cut? You might got 3 on the list, narrowing it down.
Yeah, cuffing season runs from October to mid-February. So that's like right after Valentine's.
Hey, well, make sure you get your gift first. Make sure you get your gift before you send them on out. Get the gifts, ladies. Get the gifts. Men too. Go ahead and get your box of chocolates, your roses, your nice boxers. Don't let them leave, because cuffing season should come with a reward at the end, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about a cuff. Right. You should be getting some reward, something, some keepsake, some kind of token.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, though. Cuffing season is not just about being cuffed, because it really isn't just about being having sex or laid out in a relationship, a temporary relationship for like 3 months or whatever. But it is, I think it is a time where you just have someone who can relate to you, whether it's your best friend, maybe it's your best guy friend, your best girlfriend, your best gay friend, whatever. But it doesn't necessarily always have to mean romantic, right? It could be your soulmate, and your soulmate could just be somebody that you work with. You just have a hell of a connection, but don't have any like sexual attraction. I think a lot of times people think that when we talk about cuffing season, like it's got to be, we have a sneaky links all night,
Yeah, we're act up.
Yeah, but I think it's more about companionship, right? Whatever keeps you company, and whatever helps you to get through this time without being depressed, because a lot of times people deal with depression right now, seasonal depression, or you start grieving your loved ones because they're not here for Christmas and Thanksgiving and all these monumental moments, and we get lost in that. And so sometimes just having a companion or somebody that we can relate to can make things just a little bit easier during this season. So I just want to be clear that it doesn't really have to be sexual or romantic, but I mean, it's nice though. It's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Right. And thank you for saying that, because it can be a family member. It can be a child, one of your children even, that you are riding this season out with, planning movie nights and game nights and things like that. Or I think we may have mentioned this in the article as well, planning those type of activities with other people who are spending that season alone. So y'all can come together on Friday or Saturday nights or sometime during the week and play Yahtzee or
Jenga.
Uno, Jenga.
Right. Yeah, that sounds kind of nice, actually. So maybe that's why I don't feel like I'm missing out on cuffing season, because I've been spending a lot of time with family this year. Mm-hmm. That's a little different for me. I think, was I cuffed last year? I can't remember. If I was, it was not memorable. Sorry to whoever I was with last cuffing season. I have no recollection of where I was, what I was doing, and who I was doing it with. So, yikes.
Yeah, well, they're not to be remembered.
I know. That's how you know they played their part. If there was someone here, they have played their part. Their time was up. They went on in peace. We didn't argue. It was no bad blood, not even a memory left behind. It was just truly for the season. Now, that makes me a cuffing season G.
That's right. Yeah.
Or you can just end up married.
Or what?
Or you end up married.
Or you end up married.
Yeah. No. Those bellies get kind of big around cuffing season too. So ladies, take that birth control, men.
Yeah, seeds get planted during the winter.
Yes, they do. And let me tell you something. We can plant them this winter, but I can tell you right now, by the summertime and spring, when you're starting to have these children, the price of milk will be $85 a gallon. Okay? This is not the time. Not the time. Keep your cuffing, just strictly cuffing. Don't come back with no muffins, okay? Cuffing without the muffins. That's right. Cuffing without the muffins. We're going to go ahead and hashtag cuffing
like that.
Without the muffins.
We need a t-shirt.
Because nobody's going to help you take care of these little things, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy out here right now.
Yeah. I like that one.
No, cuffing without the muffins.
Cuffing, no muffins. Just cuffing, no muffins. Just cuffing. On that note, we're going to wrap it up with y'all. You'll have to look out for our other podcast offerings. We got more coming up to talk about. We're going to highlight some of our other articles that we have written in the Muzilog-Woman magazine. It's an online magazine. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Who's cuffing out there? And who you cuffing?
And who's not cuffing and why?
Yeah.
But and any questions, any content that you guys want to hear about, anything you want to talk about, we can get this girl talk on. We could bring on some guest men. I mean, we're going to get to the bottom of these things, but we're going to have a season of love, peace, joy, and happiness. So just leave your comments, leave your thoughts. Even if you hate it, let me know what you hate. Okay?
That's right.
You guys.
Love y'all. Take care.
The Den
302, baby.